That was the perfect call out there. Once he got the block, he made a move, and he was headed to the end zone.
And I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, stay close, I'm that shine in the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night, and still my breath is a storm, I bet. I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time travel a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Colts at 0-10 now on the year. And you kind of have to wonder, CD, where their heads are at with all of the struggles that they've had.
I would agree, and it's a great question because prior to the season, we all looked at this team, and we saw there were holes. And we thought, okay, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be, a tough year for them. But I don't think any one of us expected them to be 0-4 in terms of wins this season. They're going to fight hard now to try and find that one win.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They go play action with Hurts. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing is Hurts. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he'll just get rid of it.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 15-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's the option. Running right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. 2nd and 7 from the 20. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Now Ryan. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now these 2 teams, the Eagles and Colts, the 2 best rushing teams in the NFL in 2021 a season ago. The Eagles, maybe a surprise to many that they were number 1 last year. Of course, they got a lot of rushing yards from their quarterback that helped them. And the Colts, with Jonathan Taylor, they were number 2. From the 35 on 2nd down. Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Rodney McLeod. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll drop the throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Ryan. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Touchdown! Quez Watkins, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights. That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He'll field this at the 5. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Ready? 18 Rattler. Corner 70. 79 Broncos.
On 1st down, Hurts. Left side here to Sanders. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Lead alert.
Now Hurts on the option right. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 35 yards. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 2nd and 10, Ryan. This is caught by Hilton. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And will be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Pass the 60, pass the 60. Check pass.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check man.
They'll set up a throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Colts are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd have the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The kick by Elliott is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's caught by Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throwing is Hurts.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. He got 29 yards that time.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw.
And that's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just outside his own goal line. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's the option going right. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Third quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10.
Back to throw here. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Ryan.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. To throw is Ryan.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll try and throw for him with Ryan.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains. On the draw is Taylor.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return from Ezekiel. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
And in our meeting with the special teams coordinator, we asked him, what's your philosophy on bringing the ball out? Do you give him a red light? Do you keep him in? Green light, let him go? Let's see if he changes from green light to red light after that costly error.
Yeah, you know what I remember from that meeting? He brought donuts.
I like him.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
but he's not happy right now.
No, don't tell everyone how many I had.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Let's go now.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Here we go. Here we go.
Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
A drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Ryan. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
And Ryan's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
Forget height and catch radius. When you run the fade really well, run down the defender, kind of take him a little bit towards the middle of the field, and then fade to the sideline and give your quarterback some space, it can be executed that well, just as we saw.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout. You and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Okay,
and this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. That was second down run for Murray. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Right there, right there. Hey, pass.
On third down, Murray. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Well, fans usually love to see...